एवरीवन। तो यहाँ पे हम लोग स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं चैप्टर 7 की समरी, जो कि है क्लास 7 से ट्रांसपोर्ट इन एनिमल एंड प्लांट। You have learned earlier that all organisms need food, water, oxygen for survival. They need to transport all these to various parts of their body. Further, animal needs to transport waste to parts from where they can be removed. Have you wondered how all this is achieved? Look at figure 7.1. Do you see the heart and blood vessels? They function to transport substance and together the circulatory system. In this chapter, you shall learn about the transport of substance in animal and plants. Circulatory system. Blood. What happens when you get a cut off on your body? Blood flows out. But what is blood? Blood is the fluid tissue which flow in blood vessels. It transports the substance like digested food from the small intestine to other part of the body. It carries oxygen from the lungs to the cell of the body. It also transported the waste from removal from the body. How does the blood carry various substance? Blood is composed of fluid called plasma. In different types of cells are suspended. One type of cells are the red blood cells, that is RBC, which contain a red pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin binds with oxygen and transported to all the parts of the body and ultimately to all the cells. It is it will be difficult to provide oxygen efficiently to all the cells of the body without hemoglobin. The presence of hemoglobin makes blood appear red. The blood also has white blood cells, that is WBC, which fight against germs that may enter our body. Bujo fell down while playing a game and his knee got injured. Blood has come out from the cut. After some time, he noticed that bleeding had stopped and a dark red color clot has plugged the cut. Bujo was puzzled about this. The clot is formed because of the presence of another type of cell in the blood called platelets. Blood vessels. There are different types of blood vessels in the body. You know that during inhalation, a fresh supply of oxygen fills the lungs. Oxygen has to be transported to the rest of the body. Also, the blood picks up the waste material, including carbon dioxide from the cell. This blood has to go back to the heart for transport to the lungs for removal of carbon dioxide, as you have learned in chapter 6. So, two types of blood vessels, arteries and veins, are present in the body. Arteries carries oxygen-rich blood from the heart to all parts of the body. Since the blood flow is rapid and at the high pressure, the arteries have thick elastic wall. Let us perform an activity to study the flow of blood through arteries. Activity 7.1. Place the middle and index finger of your right hand on the inner side of your left wrist. Can you feel some throbbing movement? Why does you think there is a throbbing? This throbbing is called the pulse, and it is due to the blood flow flowing in the artery. Count the number of the pulse beat in 1 minute. How many pulse beat could you count? The number of beats per minute is called pulse rate. A resting person usually has a pulse rate between 72 to 80 beats per minute. Find other place in your body where you can feel the pulse. Record your own pulse beat per minute and those of your classmates. Insert the value you obtain in table 7.1 and compare them. Veins are the vessels which carry carbon dioxide rich blood from all parts of the body back to the heart. The veins have thin walls. These are valves present in the veins which allow blood to flow only towards the heart. Blood donation. Hundreds of people die due to the unavailability of food. Voluntary blood donation is harmless and painless and can save precious life. Blood can donate at hospital and other places authorized by the government. Donated blood are stored with special care in blood banks. Bojo, I am confused. I have learned that an artery always carry a oxygen-rich blood. Paheli explained that pulmonary artery carry blood from the heart, so it is called artery and not a vein. It carries carbon dioxide-rich blood to the lungs. Pulmonary veins carry oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the heart. Refer to the figure 7.3. Do you see the artery is divided into small vessels? On reaching the tissue, they divided further into extremely thin tubes called capillaries. The capillaries join to form the veins which empty into the heart. Heart. The heart is an organ which beats continuously to act as a pump for the transport of blood which carries other substance with it. Imagine a pump working for years without stopping. Absolutely impossible. Let our heart work like a pump non-stop. Let us now learn about the heart. The heart is located in the chest cavity with a lower tip slightly tilted towards the left. Hold your finger inward on your palm that make your fist. Your heart is roughly the size of your fist. What will happen if the blood rich in oxygen and the blood rich in carbon dioxide mix with each other? To avoid this happening, the heart has four chambers. The two upper chambers are called the atria, singular called atrium, and the two lower chambers are called ventricles. The partition between the chamber helps to avoid mixing of blood rich in oxygen and the blood rich in carbon dioxide. To understand the functioning of the circulatory system, start from the right side of the heart in figure 7.3 and follow the arrows. These arrows show the direction of the blood from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart from where it is pumped to the rest of the body. Heartbeat. The wall of the chamber of the heart are made up of muscles. These muscles are contract and relax rhythmically. This rhythmic contraction followed by its relaxation constitute a heartbeat. Remember that heartbeat continue every moment of our life. If you place your hand on the left side of your chest, you feel your heartbeat. The doctor feels your heartbeat with the help of an instrument called stethoscope. A doctor uses a stethoscope as device to amplify the sound of the heart. It consists of chest piece that carries a sensitive diaphragm, two earpiece, and a tube joining the parts. Doctor can get clue about the condition of your heart by listening through a stethoscope. Let us construct a model of a stethoscope with the material that is available around us. Activity 7.2. Take a small funnel of 6 to 7 centimeter in diameter. Fix a rubber tube 50 centimeters long tightly on the stem of the funnel. Stretch a rubber sheet or a balloon on the mouth of the funnel and fix it tightly with a rubber band. Put the open end of the tube on one of your ear. Place Place the mouth of the funnel on your chest near the heart. Now try to listen carefully. Do you hear a regular thumping sound? The sound is that heartbeat. How many times did your heart beat in a minute? Count again after running 4 to 5 minutes. Compare your observation. Your own pulses, pulse rate, and heartbeat that of your friend while resting after running and recording in table 7.2. Do you find any relationship between your heartbeat and pulse rate? Each heartbeat generates one pulse rate. The arteries and the pulse rate per minute indicate the rate of heartbeat. The rhythmic beating of various chambers of the heart maintains circulation of blood and transport of substance to the different part of the body. Would you wonder if sponge and hydra also have blood? Animals such as sponge and hydra do not possess any circulatory system. The water in which they bring the water in which they live bring food and oxygen. The English physician William Harvey, AD 1758 to 1657, discovered the circulation of blood. The current opinion in those days was that blood oscillates in the vessels of the body. For his view, Harvey was ridiculed and was called circulator. He lost most of his patients. However, before he died, Harvey's idea about circulation was generally accepted as a biological fact. As it enters their body, the water carries away waste material and carbon dioxide as it moves out. Thus, these animals do not need a circulatory fluid like blood. Let us now learn about the removal of wastage other than carbon dioxide. Excretion in animals. Recall how carbon dioxide is removed as waste from the body through the lungs during exhalation. Also recall that the undigested food is removed during ejection. Let us now find out how the other waste material are removed from the body. You may wonder where these unwanted materials come from. When our cells perform their functions, certain waste products are released, and these are toxic and hence needs to be removed from the body. The process of removal of waste product in the cell of living organism is called excretion. The part involved in the excretion from the excretory system. Excretory system in humans. The waste material which is present in the blood has to be removed from the body. How can this be done? A mechanism to filter the blood is required, and this is done by the blood capillaries in the kidneys. When the blood reaches the two kidneys, it contains both useful and harmful substances. The useful substances are absorbed back into the blood, and the wasted dissolved in water are removed as urine. From the kidneys, the urine goes into the urinary bladder through tube-like ureters. It is stored in the bladder as it passes out through the urinary opening at the end of the muscular tube called urethra. The kidneys, ureters, bladders, and urethra from the excretory system. An adult human being normally passes about 1 to 1.8 liter of urine in 24 hours. The urine consists of 95% of water, 2.5% of urea, and 2.5% of other waste products. We have all experienced that we sweat on hot summer's day. The sweat contain water and salt. Bojo has seen that sometimes in summer, white patches are formed on our clothes, especially in an area like underarms. And these marks are left by salt present in the sweat. Does sweat severe any other function? We know that the water kept in earthen pot matka is cooler. This is because the water evaporates from the pores of the pot, which causes cooling. Paheli wants to know whether other animals also urinate. The way in which waste chemicals are removed from the body of the animal depend on the availability of the water. Aquatic animals like fishes excrete cellular waste as ammonia, which directly dissolve in water. Some land animals like birds, lizards, snakes excrete a semi-solid, which white color compound uric acid. Some land animals like birds, lizards, snake excrete a semi-solid white color compound, uric acid. The major excretory product in human is urea. Sometimes a person's kidney may stop working due to the infection or injury. As a result of kidney failure, waste product started accumulating in the blood. Such person cannot survive unless their blood is filtered periodically, though an artificial kidney. This process is called dialysis. Similarly, when we sweat, it helps to cool our body. Transport of substance in plants. In chapter 1, you have learned that plant takes water and mineral nutrition from the soil, though the roots, and transport it to the leaves. The leaves prepare food for the plants using water and carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. You also have learned in chapter 6 that food is the source of energy and every cell of an organism gets energy by the breakdown of glucose. The cells use this energy to carry out vital activities of life. Therefore, food must be made available to every cell of an organism. Have you ever wondered how water and nutrition absorbed by the roots are transported to the leaves? How this is food prepared by the leaves carried to the part which cannot make food? Transport of water and minerals. Plant absorb water and minerals by the roots and the roots have root hairs. Root hair increase the surface of the root for the absorption of water and mineral nutrition dissolved in water. The root hair is in contact with the water present between the soil particles. Can you guess how water moves from the root to the leaves? What kind of transport system is present in plants? Would you think that plant may have pipe to transport to water to the entire plant like we have in our home for the supply of water? Well, Bujo is right. Plants have pipe-like vessels to transport water and nutrition from the soil. The vessels are made up of special cells forming a vascular tissue. A tissue is a group of cells that perform a specialized function in an organism. The vascular tissue for the transport of water and nutrition in the plant is called xylem. The xylem form a continuous network of channels that connects root to the leaves through the stem and branch and thus transport of water to the entire plant. Paheli say her mother puts ladyfinger and other vegetables in water if they are somewhat dry. She wants to know how water enters into them. You know that leaves synthesis food. The food has to be transported to all the parts of the plant. This is done by the vascular tissue called phloem. Thus, xylem and phloem transport substance in plant. Activity 7.3. We would require a glass tumbler, water, red ink, a tender herb, example, balsam, and a blade for this activity. Pour water to fill one third of the tumbler, add a few drops of red ink to the water, cut the base of the stem of the herb, and place it in the glass as shown in figure 7.8. Observe it the next day. Does any part of the herb appear red? If yes, how do you think the color reaches there? You can cut the stem across and look for the red color inside the stem, figure 7.8, B and 7.C. For, from this activity, we see that water moves up the stem. In other words, the stem conducts water. Just like the red ink, just like the red ink, mineral dissolved in water also move up the stem along with the water. Water and mineral go to the leaves and other parts, plant parts, though narrow tubes, xylem inside the stem. Bojo wants to know why plant absorb a large quantity of water from the soil, then give it off by transpiration. Transpiration. In class 6, you have learned that plant releases a lot of water by the process of transpiration. Plant absorb mineral nutrition and water from the soil. Not all the water absorbed is utilized by the plant. Water evaporates through the stomata present on the surface of the leaf by the process of transpiration. The evaporation of water from leaves generate a suction pull, the same that you produce when you suck the water through a straw, which causes pull water to great height in the tall trees. Transpiration also cools the plant. Now come to the last part of the chapter, that is summary. In most animals, the blood that circulates in the body distributed food and oxygen to different cells of the body. It also carries waste products from the different part of the body for excretion. Circulatory system consists of heart and blood vessels. In humans, blood flows through the arteries and veins, and the heart acts as a pumping organ. Blood consists of plasma, RBC, WBC, and platelets. Blood is red due to the presence of red pigment called hemoglobin. The human heart beats about 70 to 80 per minute in an adult person. This is called heart rate. Arteries carry blood from the heart to all the part of the body, and veins carry blood from all part of the body back to the heart. Removal of waste products from the body is called excretion. And this is end for the chapter. Thank you for watching the video.